Hey guys, Presley here. Hold on. Make it more hey. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing my custom Predator figure that I've been working on in this past couple weeks, or week, whatever you want to say. And I enjoyed making this guy, though there are some flaws that was kind of hard to do with the figure, and that will get onto that. First, I'm going to get in the detail on who this guy is and why I made him. One, I made this guy because, I was bored. And I kind of wanted to make a Venom Predator theme type thing. But instead of that, I just did something else. I went with more of like a nightmare theme, and I tried to get nightmare colors. I was going to do originally black and red, and then I thought red isn't really what you would think of like nightmarish colors. So I went around and I asked some people what colors they would think of nightmare, and obviously there's black, because like nightmare colors like dark, gritty, black, and stuff like that. The boogeyman. And because I was already gonna go for black because that's technically the main focus of nightmare, but like after that, I didn't know what the secondary color was gonna be for like the armor and stuff like that. Of course, I left the eyes red because I thought that would be cool and you'd have to have, but I wanted to like for the armor and stuff. And that out of all of it, I was kind of thinking, should I do like a dark purple? And out of all the suggestions that I got, purple was the most, which I went for that, and I was hoping to have a darker kind of purple, which I kind of have. It's not as dark as I would want it to be, but it's still good. And my mom bought another purple because I didn't know I had purple acrylic paint, but she got dollar store acrylic paint, which I thought would be good. I will tell you this, it's not. It's good, but like it comes off really easily. The other acrylic paint that works does come off, but only if you like really pick at it. But the dollar, like if you have sweaty palms and stuff like that, and me being in a hot environment of where I live in right now, aka my sweaty teenage room, and me being stressed out, like trying not to mess up and stuff like that, kind of makes it harder. And then I touch this stuff right here, and if you can see, there's a little bit of green, and that's his original color. Of course, there's gonna be some green under the armor, but that's just because I can't get under there. Oh, I mean I could, but I didn't really want to because it's not really gonna be noticeable unless you look under there. But I can still just like paint it up and stuff. But I was gonna use this figure in the Life of a Fugitive stop motion, but I'm not going to now. And eventually, later in the future, I'll redo his body with more better acrylic paint, with more better black. I don't know where my good black acrylic paint went, but I used it with my white, I think, for something. I don't really remember what I did with it, but I don't remember it being like completely gone. And I also did some other kind of custom type things because I have broken blades for my figures, and I ended up trying to like kind of fix them. First is my AVP Scar. The blades are more longer than this, but like whatever was supposed to be like right here to make it longer kind of snapped off. Both of them did, because my dad did it on accident. So what I decided to do is I'm gonna try to do this so you guys can see so it's not so bright. I took some nail clippers and I clipped off these edges a little, and then I clipped this part because this part was something right here, and I made it look something like a blade. So bright. Let's see if I can shadow that up, as you guys can see right there. And I also have my City Hunter video game version, I guess you can say. My second Predator figure, which right here, I used, it was originally 2 blades, but they both broke off because my cat, she likes to eat my blades for my figures, which is really annoying, but she doesn't really do it anymore. And so I took this end piece, hold on, it's so bright, took this end piece from the AVP Scar figure, and I hot glued it like in the middle, kind of together. It's a little bendy, and right here the tip is kind of broken, which I didn't really know that, so I'll probably just try to super glue that so it doesn't break. And it works, it fits, it's cool. I'll probably paint that to make it fit into the color instead of just being like a random gray. But yeah, I guess you can fix that. I didn't really think of that until last week. The mask is removable, obviously. If you didn't know, this figure did that. And if you didn't know, don't know who this figure is, or who this Predator is, well, who he was originally Scavenger Predator from, I don't really know, but obviously by his looks, by his luck, that's what I meant to say, is that he is a super predator, but I have no really information on this guy. It's one of those figures that NECA made that was kind of like what's it called? I don't know. McFarlane made a figure of like some figures, like he made Scavenger Predator. I keep on forgetting the names because I haven't really, interacted with this figure in a long time. And NECA, kind of remade all his figures, Predator figures and Alien figures that he made. I'm not sure about the Alien ones, that I'm sure they did, but I know that they did the Predator ones. And then this was one of them. And was my first Predator figure, but I never really used them anymore, mostly because the blades broke. And I did customize him before. His skin was all white, and his color, his armor was black, and some things here and there. And I didn't use the gauntlet or shoulder cannon anymore, and then I just stopped doing anything with this figure, and it was just sitting in a box. So, but the paint I used was washable paint, which I was trying to do custom figures at the time, but I didn't know which paint to use, so I just used the paint that I had, which I didn't even know that I had acrylic paint. And then I washed him off into his regular form, and I got the blades, and I was I did that kind of customized thing with their blades to see if I can do something with this, and I ended up super gluing and hot gluing the blade like in the middle. The There's two blades originally. One of them looked like it kind of deformed in a way, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm not using that one because I was originally gonna have two, but I guess we're just gonna go with one. And I was gonna have the hand go back on. I took the hand off so I can remove some of the super glue because I originally tried to super glue the blades back on, but that didn't work out, and I ended up in the hand wouldn't go back on, so I just made it like his hand was chopped off or something like that, which is I guess is kind of cool. And in his mouth is purple, his eyes are purple. I tried to do the best I could to get the eyes because it was hard to get the paintbrush in there, and I tried my best with the inner mouth. I didn't get all of it, but I did the most I could. The most hardest part about making this figure was painting the dreads. And if you can see here, I was going for like, it was like going here and all black, and then it was fade in the purple, similar to Berserker's Predator's hair. Because if you don't know, his hair's like black and then like it's kind of red at the tips, kind of similar to Fugitive Predators, when his hair is kind of all black and then it kind of gets gray at the tips. But like the purple is kind of more up because like it usually fades into a different color more at the tips of the dreads, but it's more up here, and it makes it harder. The black wasn't that hard, but the purple just was really hard. I repainted this at least 7 times, but I just can't seem to get all of it, all of the dreads, because it was originally like a orange reddish color, and I just can't get those spots because it's like surely impossible. And I've like trying to go inside, and it's really hard, so I'm just gonna keep it like that, and it's fine. And eventually I'll probably try to figure something out, but maybe not, I don't know. And it took time. I had to repaint it a few times, because like I said, with the paint. And I did the other purple color that my mom bought from the dollar store. I did purple here and here and here, and I also did it here. And I think I did a good job. It's obviously not the best, but it's you gotta do what you gotta do. And this guy's story, I would say he's like an bad blood, but in a good way. Like, he fights off against other bad blood predators because he like kills bad bloods and stuff like that. He hunts bad bloods, which in nickname of him being Nightmare, he can also be called Predator Nightmare or something like that. I don't know, I just made that up. And meaning that some bad blood predators fear him because like he's like kind of like an assassin, similar to Assassin Predator, but more of a good guy. And he comes to Earth on a few occasions, and he eventually kind of learns some English so he can communicate with humans and tell them what's going on. So he's not like, I'm not a threat, I'm not trying to kill you guys, I'm trying to kill this one bad predator that's most likely killing humans. I don't know, I literally just made that up. With the helmet, I was gonna do all purple, but I decided to do some black on some few spots. Though it doesn't look that great as I really wanted it to. It looks okay, but it's not that good. And then I got the idea of making like another weapon, And after searching, I was gonna do like a spear or something, and then I was like, should I do like a weird throwing disc? And then I was like, how about a kind of cannon? And then I was like, ooh, I could do a wrist cannon. Could that work? And I ended up digging in my box that I found this guy in, or I didn't find. That I just got him out to repaint, and I found his shoulder cannon, and I super glued it like multiple times so it would be more like, you know, tight, so it wouldn't fall out easily. If you use force, it'll fall out, or, you know, you can pull it off, but, you know, and the chances of me going, ooh, I wonder if this will break, it's pretty slim. And what I didn't know is at the tip right here it turns, which I didn't know, which is, I guess, is kind of cool. And I got this idea mostly because of Assassin Predator, because if you didn't know, he has a wrist blade, or wrist cannon, and to be honest, I think it's really cool. That's probably like my favorite part about this figure. And on Articulation, his head can turn this way and turn this way. It would be able to turn more, but this armor right here is in the way. I may or may not keep that on. I'm not sure. I most likely will probably keep it on because, you know, I'm not going to really use it. The arms go up that far, go down that far. 360, but it's a little tight because of the armor, so I'm not going to force it because I don't want to ruin the paint. There's single elbow joint, a little bit over 90 degrees, and you can do 360. There is a little bit of 360 on the wrist. I can't really do it much, but you get the point. And there's a little bit of up and down, and a little bit of hinge. There is no ab crunch. See here, I was like, ooh, maybe there is, and there's just secretly, I'll see if I can push it. But there is a waist swivel. There is a upper thigh swivel, but it's kind of hard to move because of this armor piece right here. But if you can see the line moving right here, where my middle finger is on my right or left hand, I don't know, this one that's moving up and down, you can see the line, you can see that it's moving. If you can't see it, then whatever, I guess. And the knee goes up about 90 degrees, 360, and lower calf movement, swivel right there, and you do. And with the calf, you kind of get a leg movement. You can kind of move it down, and no really ankle pivot, no really foot pivot and stuff like that. This is one of the like limited Predator figures because it's one of the more older NECA Predator figures, and like about, I think this is Series 13 Predator, which I think with series they go by years. So if they do that, then this guy came out around 2013, which would make sense. And I do like this figure. I'm probably going to have him somewhere in my collection. And that is it for this video. I will try to be making some more Predator figure news, Godzilla figure news, some other news and stuff like that, resulting in movies and whatever I can. I do get a list of videos I want to make. I'll try to make at least maybe one video tomorrow if I can. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.